Croatia fulfills all the requirements for a Mediterranean fantasy that includes warm days on sandy beaches next to blue waters and with views of ancient city walls. Here you can find beaches, rocky headlands, and well-known walled towns from the peak of Venetian Empire. So if you just happen to be in the country for a short visit, a holiday, a family getaway, here are the top 10 places you should check out. 10. Zagreb. The Croatian capital has a thriving city life all year. Flat streets, open green parks, and a small city center make it ideal for walking or cycling. Explore cathedrals, cemeteries, and markets, and don't miss the street art scene. Zagreb is a vibrant city with a thriving cafe scene. The observation deck in downtown Zagreb offers stunning 360-degree views of the city. If you like craft beer, you should visit one of Zagreb's many microbreweries to sample their offerings. Spend the night in a relaxing bar or party the night away in one of the city's numerous clubs. Whatever your style of travel, Zagreb has something for everyone. Rovinj. The picturesque town of Rovinj, located on the Istrian Peninsula, juts into the Adriatic Sea. The Venetian Baroque Tower of St. Euphemia is surrounded by tightly knit houses and churches. In this old town, you will find the town clock, water fountain, and of course, 3 remaining medieval wall entrances. The seafront is lined with terracotta-colored structures and of course, fishing boats. Take a day trip to one of the nearby islands or go scuba diving among the wreckage of the Barren Gulch. Enjoy the old town's relaxed cafe and bar culture, or get disoriented in the side streets. Finally, with breathtaking views, sample the local twist on seafood. Simply put, Rovinj is the ideal seaside getaway. 8. Split. The lively old town of Split is teeming with bars, stores, and restaurants. It is the beating heart and spirit of the city. One of Croatia's most captivating experiences is being lost in the tangle of tiny streets, alleyways, and courtyards. Fortunately, it's small enough that you can easily find your way out. Take a drink on the marble-paved, palm-fringed Riva along the water before you go. KRK National Park. The KRK National Park, one of Croatia's most popular tourist destinations, is home to incredible waterfalls, caves, hikes, and boardwalks. This fascinating national park has Roman ruins, historic water mills, and 2 fascinating monasteries, one on an island and one built over ancient catacombs. But the star of the show is the Krka River, in itself as it rushes through the canyons, broadens into lakes, and splashes over numerous falls and cascades. Swimming is permitted in this national park, unlike in other Croatian national parks, such as the more popular Plitvice lakes. The swimming area at Skradinski Buke is especially beautiful, so bring your swimsuit. Krka is about an hour's bus ride from Split and can be seen on a day trip, but if you want the full experience, you can book overnight stays within the park. They stretch from the crumbled karst and rocky cliffs of the Dinaric Alps to Skradinski Ria, where the river water turns brackish and merge with the Adriatic Sea. In addition to enchanting Visovac Monastery, which just peaks above the trees on an island in the middle of the mirror-like Visovac Lake, other attractions also include series of catacombs which adorn the park, many of which are a result of centuries of hyperalgae blooms between the banks of the mineral-rich Krka River. Miljet Island. Miljet Island, surrounded by dense pine forest, is an island paradise. According to legend, Odysseus was left stranded here for 7 years, and of course, we understand why he took his time leaving. 2 stunning cobalt-colored lakes, an island monastery, and the peaceful little harbor of Pomina, which is pretty as a bunch of flowers, lie inside the western portion of Miljet, which is officially designated as a national park. Eastern Miljet, which offers a few serene tiny bays, stunning beaches, and a few top-notch restaurants, shouldn't be disregarded. The Adriatic island of Miljet continues to be the top destination for tourists looking to see authentic Croatian coast. It is wild, untamed, and untamed. Number 5. Vartown. Just a short ferry ride from Miljet is Var Island, a Croatian island known for parties, lavender fields, architecture, the Spaniola Fortress is incredible, and beaches. Croatia's celebrity hotspot is Var. It's easy to see why. The sparkling blue port is reached via steep streets lined with orange-top houses and UNESCO heritage sites. Spend your days admiring the view from the top of Verdava Fortica, cooling off at one of the many beaches, and shopping in the boutique shops. Var is well known for its nightlife. Enjoy aperitifs by the port, discover cocktail bars in ancient ruins, and dance the night away in the club scene. Var has it all, from day beach parties to nightclubs with pools. In addition, the island produces delectable local wines, so make sure to put them to the test. Number 4. Plitvice Lakes National Park. Plitvice Lakes National Park is one of Croatia's most popular tourist destinations, with towering waterfalls, miles of boardwalk, and ethereal colors. Plitvice Lakes National Park has over 90 waterfalls, 16 terraced lakes distributed into upper and lower lakes, and hiking trails for all skill levels. Try Hiking Trail B for a complete tour of the lower lakes and Trail E for a quick tour of the upper lakes. The Plitvice Lakes and the National Park live up to all the hype. From the numerous meandering walking routes and pedestrian walkways that are now open to visitors, they can be seen bursting and pouring in a series of beautiful waterfalls among the verdant valleys of Spruce, Fir, Beech, and Hornbeam. Plitvice is one of Europe's oldest national parks, and it still has untamed wolf packs, Croatian brown bears, curious wood grosses, and elusive lynxes. 3. Pula. Pula is the gem at the end of the Istrian Peninsula, clad in Roman marble and dazzling against the turquoise hues of the Adriatic. Pula is home to the Arena, Croatia's own Roman amphitheater and possibly the best preserved Roman ruin outside of Italy. The magnificent ruin plays host to a variety of performances and festivals during the summer. From the city center, a number of waterfalls and beaches are conveniently close by. You should put the warm coastal town on your Croatian bucket list because it has a cheerful small town charm. 2. Korčula Island. The island of Korčula is one of Croatia's most stunning tourist destinations. Often known as the Emerald Isle of Croatia and situated between the islands of Miljet and Var, Korčula is a charming tiny beach town with its own set of magnificent walls and towers. Much like a miniature Dubrovnik, but it only attracts a small portion of the tourists of its more well-known sibling. The island, which can be reached by ferry, is well known for its thick forest, the picturesque Vela Spila cave, and miles of vineyards, and is even speculated to be the birthplace of Marco Polo. Korčula is the 6th largest island in the Adriatic. Its verdant pine forests, little sand beaches, and fragrant vineyards make a trip there worthwhile. Discover the seafront secret coves, then relax in one of the several medieval squares while sipping the famous white wine. The island's old town is crammed with ancient structures and has a citadel that has been nicely kept with views of the Azure Sea. What features of Korčula stand out the most? A cocktail bar has been added to the Zakrjan Tower's 15th century turret. For stunning views of the Adriatic Sea at sunset, climb a steep ladder, then wait for your beverage to be pulled up by a pulley system. The Massimo Cocktail Bar is a must-visit place. Number 1. Dubrovnik. The remarkable walled city of Dubrovnik is Croatia's top tourist destination. The pearl of the Adriatic, Dubrovnik is a must-see if you travel to Croatia. The UNESCO-designated Old Town is surrounded by well-preserved city walls. For unbroken views of the surrounding blue waters, cobblestone walkways, and orange-tiled rooftops, stroll along the city walls. It is a center for everything related to history, art, cuisine, and adventure. You can take a stroll along the ancient city walls, go on a day trip of Lokrum Island, ascend Mount Srd, buy a cable car, visit a few restaurants, go on a walking tour, or go to Uvala Lapad Beach. You can also enjoy climbing and descending the many winding staircases, and when it gets too hot, go swimming at that waterfront. The city of Dubrovnik has been one of the Game of Thrones' most prominent filming locations, mostly for the exteriors of Westeros' capital city, King's Landing. Dubrovnik's Lovrenjak Fort was set for most of the Red Keep scenes. If you're a Game of Thrones lover, then taking a Game of Thrones tour of Dubrovnik will be a surreal experience for you. You'll get an insider's perspective on the production and an interesting viewpoint of Dubrovnik. James Bond and the Robin Hood, among other popular movies, were also filmed in this lovely city.